Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Ashelina's Art and Soul. This is part 4 of creating an envelope journal, and I am stitching around a piece of ephemera from the Artie Mays Dragonfly digital kit that I've been using throughout this journal. I'm trying not to cover up too much of the actual background we used in the journal, and so I'm basically just prepping this little piece to be a little tuck spot. Hopefully you guys are working on whatever pockets you have made and getting ready to continue to put down more pockets on pages. And here I have a little bookmark. I put 2 of them together to be a little folder type bookmark, and I am prepping it with the messy kind of like freehand stitching sort of just to add something a little different, another small element to catch the eye. This is actually my second attempt at doing a voiceover for this. This is also my first time, really. I have kids at my house, and so I can't always record a video on the fly. So I decided to just record what I wanted to, get rid of the background volume, and do a voiceover and see how this comes out. So hopefully it was a wise choice. I guess we'll find out. So yeah, just continuing to prep this little foldable bookmark. And just doing a second lap around stitching. I really love the colors on that left side tag right there, or bookmark. So pretty. Beautiful colors. I love contrast. So we have that one finished, and I believe I'm going to do some stitching on a pocket as well. Yep, there it is. So I'm going to stitch around this. And now I'm going to pan back over to my desk. And we have our journal and the spread that I'm currently working on. I really didn't want to cover up those pretty background papers, especially the blue flowers. So I'm prepping these 2 little pieces of blue and gold cardstock to make 2 little pockets on my little booklet folder folding bookmark. So inking those up. And just getting everything inked and stitched and fully prepped. All the little time-consuming details that matter to me. I am nothing if not super meticulous. I'm going to put those 2 blue pieces of paper as pockets on the back of this, and it can be a couple little pockets and also space for journaling. Just getting all the sides glued up to make the pocket. Making sure that all the edges are adhered down well. And I'll be doing that on both pockets. And there we go. Couple little pockets to hold bits. And now I'm going to get the small little piece of ephemera I've chosen to make a little tuck spot. And it's going to go right up against my little fabric tabs. And then it won't completely cover up the beautiful blue flowers. Excuse me. Making sure I glue it really well. Want everything I make and put together to be quality. Definitely do not want something to ever come loose or need repairing, not for a very, very, very long time anyway. So I really, really do my best to make sure that everything I glue is glued really well, and yeah, like I said, really meticulous. And I want to make sure that those edges seal really well, so I will sometimes put some clips just to be safe. You do have to be careful when you're pushing on the inside of the spine like that, because you don't want to put too much pressure that you cause your spine to rip or, you know, just become weak in any way. This is the pocket that I want to put down, but I don't want to cover up that dragonfly on the bottom right hand corner, so I'm trying to come up with some way that it doesn't have to be permanently covered. So I've taken this little miniature envelope from the kit that I put together, and I'm going to make another little flip. So you'll have an envelope flip out that you can put some stuff in, and then I'm going to use a brad and some... Okay, sorry I got cut off there, but yes, I want to take a brad, and I've decided to use another one of these little tickets that I've kind of had to cut down a little smaller, and then just kind of try to make it look the same on each side. And then I folded it in half, and it's going to swivel down so that the envelope flip won't be flapping out all over the place. And I'm also going to back it with some more heavier weight paper. After I fold it, I'm going to back it. And I'm just going to use my bone folder to make sure the glue's spread well underneath, and it's glued down good, and it's strong enough to be a little latch. Now I'm just going to carefully cut it out. Guess I'll take my little clips off. That's definitely dry by now. And I'm going to just try to pull my little fabric tab out of the way a little bit. Try to get an exact idea of where everything's going to sit. That way I can mark exactly where I need to poke a hole in the front of that little ticket and in the front of the pocket. So now I'm going to take my little awl and poke a little hole, just a tiny one, in both pieces. And then I'm going to get my brad and I was going to make sure it looked good. And now I'm inking up the little ticket before everything gets completely put down. And then once I get the brad put in and the legs opened and flattened out, then I'm going to take a small little piece of my heavyweight paper, which is coming in just a scrap piece of my heavier weight paper, and just secure the legs a little better so that they don't try to spin around in there when I am rotating the ticket. So I've gotten it all glued and in here adhered down. And before I start trying to move that around, I want to give it a moment to dry. And I'm going to go ahead and prep the little envelope now by inking the edges. And I am going to glue the lip of the little miniature envelope on the inside there, and I'm just double checking exactly where I want it and pulling out the stuff I had stuffed inside of it, getting the stupid glue boogers out of the way. And now I'm gluing the lip of the envelope. Making sure it's got enough glue and getting it positioned where exactly I want it. And I put it up just high enough to where you can see the stitching around the bottom of the background paper. And when you flip it open, you can still see the other little dragonfly on the right hand corner. I'm now checking my pocket and my brad, and it is dry enough now that I am ready to put this pocket down. So now I'm going to double check again exactly where I want it. Going to try and clip my little fabric tab out of the way a little bit. And gonna glue the little edges on each side and also the bottom. And then carefully position it where I wanted it. And push down everywhere. Make sure that it's completely adhered. And Now I'm just going to close the whole journal and kind of push down all over the top of it so that everything is getting kind of smushed how it would be when it's closed normally. And now we have our little latch. And this second spread, I've just cut out a triangle. I've taken the corner of the decorative paper, and I've decided like how far up I want the pockets to go, and then I just snip off the little triangle, and then make sure exactly where in the middle is. Mark it. That way I can have my paper trimmer to cut it in the exact position. And those are the two little tuck spots that I have chosen for this spread, because you see the paper is lined on the background. So I want to leave it a little more basic. That way there's more journaling space. And now I'm just prepping the little tuck spots, inking the edges, and deciding whether I want to put some stitching. And I think I do decide, yes, of course, must have stitching. Just like everything else, right? So getting these prepped, and I'm about to do some stitching. Okay, now it's time to get the other pocket stitched, alternating between a straight stitch and a zigzag in an L shape down two sides. And now we are going to put the glue and get these tuck spots adhered down. It's definitely enjoyable to sit here and just sort of do this, you know, this type of work, just kind of not thinking of anything and just kind of a stress relief. And if you're like me, I have chronic back pain and back issues that make it really difficult to sleep. And so a lot of times I'll just be unable to sleep, and I'll just come out and work on this stuff and try not to think of why I'm up, and just get stuff done that I like to do. So yeah, I don't want to rush myself. That would make it more stressful, and that's not the intention for me. So yeah, hope you guys are enjoying watching me do my thing. So yeah, just giving a quick flip through of what's been accomplished so far. And talking about things I kind of want to do next. Like all the little latches in this. This will be the last spread. And yeah, we'll get to it. Okay, so I've decided what I'm going to do with the last spread. And that is put this pocket here. It'll go right underneath the edge of this lace. And put this little flip open bookmark here. And I will only glue in an L shape, so just this length down on the side and this length down underneath. That way it can also be a little tuck pocket underneath the back of it, and you could flip open and have little things you could stuff in here, and we'll decorate the inside a little more. And yeah, but we're going to get these two down on the page. First things first, and I'm going to go ahead and ink this up a little bit before I do some stitching. Yeah, like I said, I put this down on just regular strength copy paper. Yeah, at the time I didn't have any heavier weight paper, but now that it's printed, and I don't want to waste it. So I do have some stronger paper, and I might at least back the inside of it since it's so flimsy. And I did do that with the last pocket as well. It's just more time consuming and more video footage to edit, and yeah, just trying to show you guys my lengthy time consuming processes. But this is you know, this is relaxing to me, so I don't really care how long it takes me, because I like sitting here and doing this kind of stuff. Especially, you know, what else am I going to do at most of the time late at night. Okay. All right, I'm going to call that good. I'm going to quickly put this something back here. What do I have? Okay. All right, so I'm just going to do a quick measure. Cut that out. All right. Okay. My glue. Oh, to goodness, it didn't. Yep, it did, of course, because that's what it does. Might just use the other glue. Part that matters most is just up here at the top, so when you're trying to tuck something, you don't get caught up on paper. And then just a little for the middle. Okay. All right. Mm-hmm. Right. Okay. I'm just going to trim this off. Uh-oh. Try not to cut that off part of the paper. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to, I think I'm just going to messy stitch the edges. Just a couple times around. Ooh, too close for comfort. Almost went off the edge there. Okay. And go around one more time. Okay. Okay. Okay, so just messy stitching around the perimeter. Gonna tie this real quick. Okay, I'm gonna focus back over here. Okay. I already did some stitching on this one. Okay. All right. Ooh, okay. Get off my finger. Okay. Yes, just along this side edge. And bottom edge. Okay. Ooh, careful now. Oh shoot, I probably shouldn't have gone as far as to do that edge right there. Maybe I can fix my mistake real quick. I think I did get it. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. All right, that way it can also be okay. Now we got that one done. Might put a teeny tiny little Velcro strip maybe if it starts trying to fly open on its own. All right, and now we're going to do this side. Right here. Just barely gonna work, but it's gonna work. All right, let's see. Can I do the same thing I did before and try to clip it out of the way? Ooh, I'm in struggles here. Alright. I didn't think of all this pain in the butt I was going to have to go through dealing with all these fabric tabs I put on. But, you learn as you go. Alright, and here I go. Okay. 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 Now we're going to close that and push a little from the side. Okay. There we go. So we have those down now. And my next step will be to start decorating stuff for to go in the journal and to decorate the pockets. And I'm trying to reach these two here. I think I'm going to go and maybe make an altered paper clip with these two pieces, and then it'll just paper clip will clip down on the page here, and you can use it to hold other stuff, you know, or just to decorate. I think I'm going to make some more journal cards to put in the pockets with you know, these printouts. But now we have the whole journal outfitted with pockets and backgrounds and stitching and inked and tabbed, and now it's all ready to continue finishing up decorating and stuffing some of the pockets. And yeah, pretty happy with how this little traveler's notebook journal is coming out, and I hope you guys are happy with how yours are turning out if you're making along with me. If you would like to show me anything that you've made, I have a Facebook page that I've made for this, and it's Ashelinalove's Heart, and then the word and soul, all one word. Heart, A-N-D, soul. Ashelinalove's Heart, A-N-D, soul. Art and Soul. If you would like to add me and show me maybe something you've created along with me, or I've inspired you to create, and we will get going again soon with the next part. So thank you for joining me.